It is nearly that time of year, that time when many teens and young adults pack their bags and prepare to head off to college. Now, this transition can be stressful for both the parents and the students. So, joining us now to kind of help us figure out the best ways to cope with this stress is Joyce Marter. She is a licensed psychotherapist and CEO of Urban Balance, a practice with over 100 therapists, practicing from 8 locations in Chicago. Thanks for coming in, Joyce.
Oh my gosh, thanks
so nice
for
to have
having
you
me,
here.
Sylvia.
Full disclosure, Joyce and I have become friends through a professional route, and we ended up enjoying each other's company. But I thought of her because I'm about to go through this big transition for the second time.
Yes.
So, but there are a lot of people who are out there. Mark Strell, he's getting ready to go through, his daughter's getting ready to leave. What is the first thing we should think about when this time has come? Because it is a little nerve-wracking.
It is nerve-wracking, and that's normal and natural, whether it's your first kid going off to school or your last one, and you're thinking about empty nesting. So some of the things to think about are just gathering your information and resources so you have a plan, because uncertainty is anxiety provoking.
Yeah.
So the more information you have, and you have a plan for how you're going to move in, how you're going to handle finances, then you and your kid can have a visualization of how things are going to be, and you're going to feel more prepared and more confident.
Okay, so I love that idea. So make sure you are as educated about it as you can, but not only for yourself, but for your child. So your children, I've been told in the past that a lot of times kids become very obnoxious in the summer because they know they're getting ready to leave, so that's kind of their way of separating. So
yes.
If we're noticing our children are becoming a little more difficult, is that pretty normal?
It's completely normal. I think it's nature's way of making the separation a little easier. Yeah.
Right.
So long, good luck, have fun. Absolutely. So I think it's just a time to know that that's normal and kind of zoom out and detach a little bit, and don't let your feathers get too ruffled. It's understandable. Everybody's a little nervous and tense.
And I think that might be part of it too, is they're nervous. So what can we do as parents to prepare them and to help those nerves?
I think it's really important to honor their feelings. So to provide empathy and to say it's completely normal and natural to have some nervousness or anxiety, and they might be expressing it as anger or agitation. Rather than arguing with them and saying, it'll be fine, don't worry about it, say, you know what, it is a big deal, and this is a big change, and it's understandable that you're feeling these ways.
Yeah, and then there's also, you know, the feeling of, wow, you know what? I have raised this child. In my case, this is my second, my youngest.
Yeah.
And she's 18, but I still think she's 12. Do you know what I mean?
Of course.
So there's right. So there's that feeling too of, oh my gosh, I am putting her out in the real world, or I'm putting him out in the real world, and are they really ready for this?
Right. It's scary. It's anxiety provoking. We have separation anxiety. So it's important for us to, you know, we think about as parents, we need to give our kids roots, but we also need to give them wings. And so we need to work at letting go and conveying that we have confidence in them, that they're perfectly capable of succeeding in college. They don't need us to be the helicopter parents. They're going to be just fine.
Okay, actually, I like that you just said that. So these common feelings are that we experience: stress, anxiety, the kids experience homesickness. That's something else we should talk about. How do you prepare them? Because I have had that discussion. You know, you are going to get homesick, but what kind of tools should you give them to learn to deal with that homesickness?
I think it's important to have support. So plugging into their friends, their community, getting connected at school, making sure that you have a plan for regular FaceTimes or check-ins, and just letting them know that it's normal and natural. It doesn't mean that they've made the wrong decision.
Right, because that's important.
It's temporary, it'll pass, and it means that you love each other.
Right. I know a lot of families have had issues where their child gets to school and they are so homesick they want to come back home.
Right.
So how do you know when to say, well, let's stay for a little bit, and when it's time to say, okay, maybe we need to be reconsidering this.
Right. I think it's important to really give it some time to see if they can power through. And I really believe in getting them connected with the Student Counseling Center sooner rather than later. Don't wait until it's a crisis. Connect them with a therapist or counselor even before they leave for school. They can have a few sessions in August, plan for this, and then when they're at school they can have some more support to deal with those feelings. And I would encourage them to stay.
Right.
I think that's really important to just kind of make it over that hump, but I know it's nerve-wracking for everyone.
Wow. And then there's the fear that all of a sudden they are gone for the first time and on their own. And let's be honest, For a lot of these kids, they have never had any alcohol. They have never done anything outside.
Yes.
And this is their chance to get crazy. How do you have that conversation with them?
Upfront and real and honest and direct, and say, hey, listen, I understand this is a normal part of college. It's probably something you're going to experience. And to really emphasize safety. And that's the most important thing, just making sure that they stay with their friends, they look out for each other. And really, college is about learning to be your own good parent. So they need to learn how to make safe choices for themselves.
Oh, you're so calm. You can just come over and have a talk with my daughter before she goes. That would be good. Okay, where can people go to find out more about Urban Balance? What's your website?
Our website is urbanbalance.com.
And we also have another website up, right?
Yes, we have joyce-marter.com.
Okay, and that was just a little bit about everything about what you do, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, thanks so much for coming in. Great advice.
Thank
and hopefully
you.
we can all learn from this.
Oh,
okay.
thank you.
I know you have a few years away, but
yeah, I'll be sitting on the other side of this conversation
and watching what I'm doing,
soon.
right? Okay, thanks so much, Joyce.
Thank you.